this table a little close, right there. Which point? This trick is called You Do As I Do. Okay? Now hold on 1 second. I want to check something real quick. Alright, I'm going to shuffle that. And I'm going to shuffle that deck. Like that. That should be good. Here's what you're going to do. You do as I do. Exactly as I do. Okay? Grab the cards. You're going to take one card out of the middle. Yeah. Pull it out.
No, the one on top.
You do as I do, remember. Go ahead. Look at your card. Show everybody your card. You can show the camera. I do not want to see it. Good. Come back. Right on top. Go ahead. And square them up. Now, remember, do as I do. Grab half the cards. Cut. Place the rest on top. Perfect. Good. And we'll put it back together. Now, remember what I said in the beginning. You do as I do. I shuffled both deck of cards in a very specific way. I know how I shuffled them. And I want to show you what's about to happen. So basically what I want you to do is you're going to go through the deck and just take out your card and put it face down. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead. Yeah, just go through it and kind of, yeah, go through it. Okay. Yeah, don't say what it is, but just, yes? Okay. And go, yeah, and just put it right here, face down, next to the deck like this. All right, but like mine. Good, perfect. So in the beginning I was saying, you know, I shuffle both cards exactly the same. And this trick is, you do as I do. Now if you did everything exactly the way I did, take out a card, put it back in, cut exactly where I cut, it'd be phenomenal if we both chose the same card. Because I took out a card too. So at the same time, flip over the card. Go.
I told you to put the top.
All right.
Cool.
Alright, so this trick is actually pretty easy. I'm going to use one red deck, one blue deck, just to keep track of which deck is which. Preferably I like using, if I do this trick, I like using the same colored backs so the spectator doesn't know that I actually switched the cards. Now basically you're going to start off having two deck of cards and you're going to take a look at the bottom cards. Doesn't matter which ones they are, you just got to remember the bottom cards. For example, the blue deck, 7 of hearts, red deck, 6 of spades. Or we'll just say this. Okay, that was cool. Cut to the 7. Basically, you just got to remember both bottom cards. Alright, so we'll just go with this. Actually, I did not do that on purpose, but that was pretty cool. Oh, I did that twice. I'm doing magic tricks on myself. Alright, we'll go with that route. 2 ace of hearts. But let's just use a different card. Alright, 8 of clubs, ace of hearts. You're gonna have the spectator have one deck of cards, you're gonna have the other. Now, before you start the trick, you're gonna shuffle both cards. Remember, no matter how you shuffle them. Alright, so that's the ace of hearts. Let's just pretend it doesn't matter which card it is. It could be the 7, jack. When you shuffle a deck, you just gotta remember the bottom card. So that deck is the ace. You're gonna take this deck, shuffle the cards as well. And you tell the spectator
I'm actually shuffling the cards in a very specific order, a very specific way. So when you do that move, so now this deck is the ace of clubs, we got the ace of hearts. Whichever deck you hand them, that's the card that you got to remember. For example, this is the red back, ace of clubs. You hand them that deck, you have this deck. And you tell them do everything exactly how I did. Or exactly how I do. So when you riffle the cards, you're going to take out one card. They're going to be doing the exact same thing. Now you're the only one that's going to look at this card. Nobody else is going to see it because this card will be different from their card. And you tell them to place their card back on top. They do the exact same thing. They take out one from the middle, exactly the way you did. Now you don't know what this card is, but we're just going to take a look at it. Five of hearts. So when you took out this card, they take out that card. Tell them do exactly what I do. Place it on top. You're going to cut the deck, and they cut it too. And place the rest on top. Now remember this, their card. That's the card you got to remember. That's the key card. Ace of clubs. Now, you bring both cards together. And this is the part that you act out. Now, in the beginning, I shuffled this deck a very specific way, and I shuffled that deck in a very specific way. And casually, you're just going to switch out the cards as you're talking, explaining this. And you tell them, you chose a card, I chose a card, and placed it back into the middle. But for this, let's just go ahead and take your deck. You just tell them that you already switched it. So you tell them, go ahead and go through the cards and take out the card that you picked, and you're going to do the exact same thing. Now when you're doing this, all you're doing is looking for the key card, which is what? Ace of clubs. So the ace of clubs is going to be on top of their chosen card. That's the five of hearts. So basically it'll be the next card. So the ace was in the bottom, gets cut, and that's their card right there. The five. So you take out their card and place it to the side. And while you're doing that, they're doing the exact same thing. You tell them, I want you to take out your card. Go ahead and take out your card and place it next to the deck. Now when they go through, they're going to look for their card. There it is, five. They're going to place their card on the side. And you just go ahead and tell them to go ahead and square up the cards. Place your card there, your card there. Now as you can see in the performance, the way I performed the trick, and then you can actually, you'll be able to see me switch the cards. Now all this is just acting. So you took out a card, they took out a card, and you tell them, if this trick, if you did everything exactly the way I did in this trick, it would be phenomenal if we both chose the same cards. And you can even show them all the cards are different. You could take their deck and show them all the cards are different. You could have took out any of these cards. I could have took out any card. But if we did everything exactly the same way, it would be phenomenal if we both chose the same card. And when you both flip it at the same time, there it is. Their card. Very, very easy to do. As I mentioned, all you got to do is remember the bottom card. Now, like I said in the beginning, it is best to use two of the same colored cards. You know, red and red or blue and blue. Here, you can just see. You don't want them to think like, whoa, whoa, actually I had the blue deck or I had the red deck and then you gave me the blue. They don't want to see. They don't want to see if you switched it out. But that's a pretty easy one. In the beginning, that was awesome. I don't know how I ended up cutting to the same card, doing magic tricks on myself.
They're all different. So he could have picked out any card, I could have picked out any card. But
card exactly the same time?
Close your eyes.